Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. So first I want to talk about how funny it is that nobody really cares about crypto right now, even though Cardano went up like 4x in a matter of weeks. Yeah, I mean, everybody started caring when we got this pump, and then once we started going sideways a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, everybody stopped caring. So yeah, this is kind of funny, and honestly, this feels like how it felt when we were down here and Cardano was doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, the Bitcoin price is currently at about $100,000, but nobody really cares. And what does that say about the market? Well, that says that we are still early. Anyways, let's talk about the Elliott wave count. So we have a couple of scenarios on the chart. All of them are bullish, to be honest. The first scenario suggests that we will get another low right here and get to about 63 cents, and that will be an overextension of the second wave move down. You could say that this second wave of this very big first wave right here is already in because the price reacted to the 0.226 support level, but that's not enough to be able to confirm that. However, this looks like an ABC structure, so it could be complete, but to be able to confirm that it is complete, we need a 5-wave move to the upside. Right now, we already have a 1-2 setup on the chart, and as you can see, the price is currently reacting to the 50% extension of the first wave right here. And obviously, this does not confirm anything until we actually get above the first wave high right here, and then above this high right here. And that would also not confirm anything because we will still need to get a third wave of this one to set up, and that third wave needs to get to approximately $1.53. Then after that we will need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up, and once we get these 5 waves I will be able to confirm that the second wave right here is in and that we are actually heading in a main third wave, which is this right here, of the main third wave. And this is gonna be the most impulsive wave of the cycle, which means that the pump that we just got is not as impulsive as the third wave will be. And yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but you know, if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, and I know that's a meme at this point, and I'm talking about the quote, everybody loves that quote. If you look at what happened in 2020, I mean, the first wave right here, yes, it was impulsive, it went up like 100%, and it got above the first wave high right here. Then we had a correction, and then the third wave of the third wave made the first wave right here look like a big joke. So I think that will happen again, to be honest with you. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but to be honest with you, again, the move that we got in this cycle, this very big 1-2 setup, looks very similar to what we had over here. And also, this November pump happened at the exact same time as this pump right here, so we are just doing what we did in the previous cycle, but we are doing it in a much bigger way. Now, like I said, I don't know how high the third wave of the third wave will go, but if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, the third wave of the third wave got above the previous all-time high of 2018. And when did that happen? Well, it happened in March of 2021, or actually February of 2021. And this is when the altcoin season actually started. So you have to be very careful because right now we are very close to starting an altcoin season. If you cannot believe it, we have not actually started an altcoin season yet. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, I mean, this does not look like an altcoin season to me. So it's still gonna continue going down. I'm gonna talk about this soon. First, let me finish with Cardano. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how high the third wave will go, but if we copy what we did in the previous cycle, then we could be at all-time highs by March of 2025. If we copy exactly what we did here, then we should get rejected by the all-time highs. Then we should get a fourth wave move down, and then the fifth wave move up should complete the third wave, the main third wave, above the 1.618 extension of the previous all-time high right here. But like I said, we don't have to copy exactly what we did in the previous cycle. However, if we do, then the fifth wave that we will get after we get the fourth wave move down could theoretically get near the $8 level, maybe let's say about $7 or so, to touch the trend line right here that has 2 touch points, which are the previous all-time highs. So could we get there? Yes. Are we going to get there? I don't know, and obviously nobody knows what will happen, but keep in mind, I was making Cardano updates when we were down here, and I did tell you that at some point we will need a third wave move up, and what do you know, the third wave has started, and also what do you know, this is the most impulsive move of the cycle, and why is that? Because it's a third wave move. But keep in mind, the minimum target for the third wave right there is the 200% extension of this one to set up, and that is at about $2.98. So if we get rejected by that, then we will most likely get a big fourth wave move down, and then the fifth wave move up will only get us to like $5 or so, which is still a good deal in my opinion, especially if you bought down here. However, if you bought at like $1.37 just because you had a fear of missing out, then yeah, you might not be happy with a 4.5x, but trust me, the people who bought at 29 cents down here will most likely be happy to sell at like $5. I also want to look at Bitcoin before I look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Like I said, Bitcoin is still doing Bitcoin things. I believe we are actually at all-time highs right now. We are almost at all-time highs, and nobody cares. Nobody talks about Bitcoin, nobody talks about crypto. The views are down on the videos, and what does that say? Well, it says that Bitcoin still has to continue going up because, you know, the real bull market has not even started yet. The real bull market, or the altcoin season, whatever you want to call it, will start next year, and that does not mean that Bitcoin cannot go up until then. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to hit about $120,000 by the end of the year. And yeah, my prediction has not changed, even though there are like 2 weeks left of the year. I still believe it's possible to get there. We are at like $103,000, and the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is at like 80. It's extreme greed, yes, but if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, I mean, if you compare this move right here to what we did in the 2020 cycle, in 2020 the fear and greed was at like 95, and Bitcoin was at like 20k or so. Let's actually check it out. It was at about 25k or so. So right now Bitcoin is at about $100,000 and the fear and greed is only at 80, which is not concerning. This is actually very, very bullish, because if we want to get to similar fear and greed levels like in the previous cycle, Bitcoin needs to hurry up and get to like 130k by the end of the year. And also keep in mind, Bitcoin always goes up in December of a halving year, so far Bitcoin has only gone sideways, and let me actually pull up the chart. So far in this month, Bitcoin went up like 6.6%, which is not a lot when you compare this to what happened in 2020. In 2020, it actually went up 47%. And in 2016 it went up 30%. If you ignore the halving years, we also went up 39% in 2017, and we even went up in the bear market in 2023. We only went down in 2022 and 2021. In 2021 we started the bear market, and in 2022, I mean, that was a bear market, and same thing goes with 2018 and 2019 as well, and 2013 and 2014 as well. So there is a pattern on the chart and it keeps repeating, and I'm still expecting Bitcoin to go higher. Can we go up another 40% from where we're at right now by the end of the year? Probably not, because that would put us very, very high at like 140k, but it's not out of the question, to be honest with you. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And keep in mind, Bitcoin dominance is still going sideways, and I'm still expecting it to go sideways. As you can see, we are testing the bull market support band again, and will most likely get rejected again like we did in the previous 2 cycles. I mean, this should not surprise you. In the previous cycle we were also below the bull market support band after we just had a cross, and we went sideways for like 48 days, and then we started the altcoin season, and this is when most people actually got into crypto. So yes, you could say that you are early, but of course you are not as early as the people who bought down here when everybody thought that Cardano would die and it would get a new bear market low. That obviously did not happen, and if you bought down here, then congratulations. You most likely watched my videos, and if you did, if you bought because of my videos, I mean, you should not do that because this is not financial advice, but if you did, then I'm happy my videos could help you. Anyways, I also want to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still going down right now, which is not surprising because this looks very similar to what we did in the previous cycle right here. In the previous cycle, we also had a 1-2 setup on the chart. And then when the third wave started, it was actually at the end of the halving year. So if we do this again, then this should continue going down for a few more weeks. and then we should start the third wave. The minimum target for the third wave is the 1.618 extension of the 1-2 setup, but as you can see in the previous cycle we got way above that extension. I believe we got somewhere in between, maybe the 1.7 something extension. Let's actually check that out. Well, actually, let's not. I don't really care about that. All I know is that there is potential for AWBTC to go way higher than what we are doing right now. And I don't know if it's possible to break the all-time highs, because in the 2021 cycle we did not break the 2017 cycle high. But, you know, there is a chance that we do break the all-time highs, but don't get your hopes too high. However, it is interesting that in this cycle the bull market support band did not go to these previous levels right here, so we did not form a new low on the bull market support band. So this is bullish, but you know, this does not prove anything until we actually get above at least this high right here, and then above this high right here. So we'll see what happens with this, and we'll see what happens with Cardano. Not many people are going to watch this video, so I'm not gonna say too much. And also I don't want to repeat myself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.